Skiddy boop bop beep bop ba dee bee dee bee doo bee dee bee doo bop boop ba dee bep ba dee ba doo bee dee bee da ba ba dee bee doo boop boop ba ba dee bee doo bee bee dee bee doo ba bop bop. What's up? What is going on? How's it going? How's it swinging? How's it flapping? How's it dragging? And I don't mean Puff the Magic Dragon. I mean dragging on the ground. What's going on, people? How you's doing? I've been wanting to make a video like this about this subject for a long time. Traveling versus driving. Is there a difference? In a cop's mind, there's only one thing. Do what they say or violence. They pretend like nothing else matters in the world. They're who they are. They got their costume and you just do it or else. Well, the guy you see here in the photo or up in the screen is an objective, obviously a smart cop, because you could tell that he doesn't resort straight to hostility to handle problems. He uses common sense, reasoning, and objectivity. So this is going to be a long video. If you don't want to hear me talking, listen closely. If you don't want to hear me talking or singing, leave now. I'll put the link in the description. Don't watch the whole thing and then say, I wish the narrator would shut up because my panties are in a bunch. Wah. Wah. Anyway. So, guy gets pulled over. He's got a license plate that says private on it. And it's like spelled like a Twitter handle would look or something, you know. And I'm going to be interrupting. Let's just put it that way. And Brian Young, High Impact Vlogs, if you're not subscribed to him, you're missing out. He should have millions and millions and millions of subscribers. This guy's a news channel in and of himself. He has a hard-hitting t-shirt store, etc., etc. Subscribe to High Impact Vlogs. If you don't, you're a knucklehead. Here we go.
Before we get into this Phoenix, Arizona traffic stop where this guy drives away without showing a license, registration, or proof of insurance, I wanted to remind you of the existence of Article 6 of the Constitution. It states, this Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or the laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding.
So people always ask me how to start learning stuff. Right there. This guy did some homework for you. You screenshot it and you listen and you take notes and write something over the top like this is the supremacy clause. Basically, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. You hear that, donut operator and Mike the former cop? It is the supreme law of the land. It's not traffic code, okay?
This tells us that the U.S. Constitution is to be upheld over any state, county, or city laws that are in opposition to it. It's also known as the Supremacy Clause. In the same article, it goes on to say exactly who it is within our government that's bound by this supreme law. Quote, the senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. And
that should be, at the end it should say, under penalty of imprisonment or death. Which I think it actually says that somewhere in Title 18.
Cops are executive officers. Now, in regard to traveling freely within what is called the United States, I'm only going to give you 3 cases before we start this video. There are a lot more, but we'll just go with 3. Case number 1 is Chicago Motor Coach versus Chicago. Quote, even the legislature has no power to deny a citizen the right not the privilege, the right to travel upon the highway and transport his property in the ordinary course of his business or pleasure, though this right may be regulated in accordance with the public interest and convenience. Regulated here means traffic safety enforcement, stoplights, and traffic signs, not a privilege that requires permission like licensing, mandatory insurance, and vehicle registration. Case number 2 is Thompson.
If you just think about that there, license, mandatory insurance, and registration, that's all commercial stuff. A license, like even a fishing license, if you're a non-commercial fisherman, you should not need a fishing license because you're not fishing for profit. You're fishing to eat or for sport and you throw the fish back. Whereas a guy with a giant barge who fishes for tons of fish should have his boat registered, have a license to fish, and insurance because he's acting in a commercial capacity. He's not just fishing from his private boat. Huge difference, people. That's license in and of itself. The term license is a commercial term because you don't need paid permission to do things you already had the right to do as a private individual, such as travel on the roads that you pay for. The reason, again, I know I'm going to filibuster here, but the reason you shouldn't have to have a license and permission and a plate and all that stuff is because you're a private citizen who already pays for the roads. The reason commercial vehicles like trucks and taxis, they're using the roads that we paid for to turn a profit. And that's why they would need a license, insurance, and to register the vehicle that they're making a profit with. It's all commercial language that they've hoisted upon the rest of us.
Versus Smith. The right, not privilege, of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, either by carriage or by automobile, is not a mere privilege which a city may prohibit or permit at will, but a common right which he has under the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Guys, this couldn't be stated more conclusively that individuals in this country have a right to travel without approval or restriction, which would be like a license, and that this right is protected under the Constitution. The third case is Kent versus Dulles. The right, not privilege, to travel is part of the liberty of which the citizen cannot be deprived without due process of law under the Fifth Amendment. Now, the plate this guy has on his private property as it's rolling down the street in Phoenix is this one. And
take a screenshot. DOT exempt, private. See how it's like funny, like you'd see on a social media for non-commercial use only.
this is the reason the cop pulls this guy over. Now, with that legal framework as the backdrop, check out this traffic interaction where this guy stands up for his right, not privilege, but right to travel without permission from Big Daddy government.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Back window roll down?
No, I'm good. I can roll. I can keep it like this.
Is there anything back there?
Nah.
Are there any people back there?
Okay.
There he goes, breaching the car. And he's going to say he's allowed to do that. How do they feel like they can just open your doors? Because their safety supersedes the rights of the people. Everything they do supersedes the rights of the people. If you walk up to their private vehicle and open the door, how would they feel?
Permission to do that, man.
All right, sir. So, do you have any idea why I pulled you over?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm Officer Goldsmith with Phoenix Police Department.
Okay. But let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you opened my door like that?
Yes. For my safety, I can't see back there.
Okay, but you had to get my permission to do that.
No, sir.
Do you have a warrant to do that?
No, sir. I did not go into your vehicle. I just looked inside.
Okay. We'll figure. We'll settle that later.
Do
But
you have your driver's license with you?
no, I do not have a license.
You don't have a driver's license?
I turned it back in. I don't need a license. This is not a commercial vehicle.
This is not a commercial vehicle?
No, it's not, and I'm not operating in the commercial capacity.
Is it registered in the state of Arizona or anywhere else?
As a matter of fact, I turned that back in as well. I'm gonna have my girlfriend go in my glove compartment.
when he says turned in, this guy filed the paperwork to disengage from the Department of Motor Vehicles, which is a commercial entity. Let's be honest, because you can go to court and get a judgment, and then the DMV could still hit you as if the judgment was the opposite way. They're an entity in and of themselves, kind of like the IRS and all the other bureaucracies that are literally unconstitutional. So this guy's done the paperwork, sent it to the state, and told them, I'm done with you guys. All I'm going to do from now on is travel privately in my private conveyance. I'm not a driver. I'm not an operator.
Got some paperwork to show you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Get it.
What paperwork?
No, I'm not rolling any windows down.
He's just talking to me. He doesn't want to roll any windows down.
Now, what I can give you,
Giving this cop credit for being so calm too, man, and not a raging lunatic like most cops.
is I'll be more than happy to give you an ID. And why did you pull me over?
You don't have a valid registration, sir.
Okay, and we already established that it's not required that I'm not operating as a commercial vehicle,
In the
correct?
state of Arizona, you have to have a valid registration to have a vehicle on the roadway.
on
You
the-
also have to provide me with identification.
I don't have to,
You
unless
do.
I committed a
In the state
crime.
of Arizona, you do. If
Okay.
I pull you over for a traffic infraction, you do have to.
And what's the
provide
traffic infraction?
me. You have no valid registration.
Okay, did I commit a crime?
That's not a crime. It's a civil matter.
Okay, so if I don't commit a crime, I'm not required. Hold on.
You are committing a crime now,
What crime is that?
not providing me with a ID or driver's license.
So a crime is when you injure someone.
No. A crime per the state of Arizona. You got to understand here.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're working off of constitutional law, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
working off of state law,
And your job is to uphold what?
the Constitution.
Thank you.
Oh, whoa. That hurt my throat. Let's go back to that again, because donut operator's head just exploded. Right? State of Arizona. He even says he's running off statutes, not off of his constitution he swore to uphold.
Crime is when you injure someone.
No. A crime per the state of Arizona. You got to understand here.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're working off of constitutional law, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
working off of state law,
And your job is to uphold what?
the Constitution.
Thank you.
Oh, he said it like he didn't just contradict himself.
Hey,
I appreciate
I'm
that.
not here to hassle you, dude.
No, I understand that.
I'm more interested as to why.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like this.
I understand, and I figured that.
Okay.
So now,
I'm not here to hassle you, because if
Right.
that was the case, if I was here to, cause you any kind of grief or hassle you, I would just would have taken you out of the car, put you
Nah,
in
see that.
handcuffs.
See, and then now you're talking about civil lawsuits when you do that.
No, because is that a passport?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about giving to you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give it to you, but just for the record, is your Axon on the
It is,
recording?
yes, sir.
Okay. I also have mine.
Actually, I had to let me look down, double check, because
All
it
right.
sure is.
All right. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put mine right here because it's on and recording as well as my
Perfect.
glasses.
Perfect.
All right. On and recording as well as my
Perfect.
glasses.
Perfect.
All right. Now, I'm gonna show you some paperwork. It has my name on it, so what I will do as a courtesy to you, I give you I verify who I am.
Perfect.
Right? All right. Now, what I end up doing is here's the proof that I've turned in my license plate. Okay. Back to the DMV because I'm no longer contracted with them because I don't use this as for Uber
So he broke the contract with the DMV.
driver or taxi driver. So I don't operate in a commercial capacity. Okay. Here's another paper.
And I don't understand why sworn peace officers would be working for the DMV and not for the people. You see the conflict of interest here? You see what's creating the divide? You guys are working to steal money from the Americans in the name of the courts and the DMV. You're not being police officers when you work for the courts and the DMV instead of the people that pay your salary. Again, you're going to keep creating this divide. This cop's been great, but generally speaking, this would have went straight to violence real quick.
In my driver's license.
Okay.
I gave it back to the DMV. Now that's just for you to look at, but of course I won't go back. But that just shows that I don't use this vehicle for commercial purpose. That's why I have my plates that says for non-commercial use only.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't. When you operate, when you get a license plate at the DMV, it's required that you get that, or you're under the assumption that you're operating in a commercial capacity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if I was an Uber driver, I'm gonna need that.
You would need your
because I'm
registration.
operating.
Yeah. So when I drive Uber, yes, I need my driver's license because I am driving. I'm hauling passengers for profit. That's driving. Up until I became an Uber driver from age 16 till 40 something, I never used my conveyance as a taxi or Uber or for business. So I shouldn't have needed a license for the first X amount of years of my life.
I'm using it, I'm transporting passengers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But for my own private car to go from A to B, I don't need that.
Okay. Which makes sense. Unfortunately.
Which makes sense. Wow, what is this? This cop's gonna get fired if he's not dead by now.
State law says you do. Even if you're not.
What ARS statute was that?
I would have to go look it up. I don't know statute by heart.
Please give it to me.
Okay.
Please
Statute always also says that this doesn't count as providing me with ID. Like I said, I'm not here to hassle you.
No, I understand.
I'm not here to hassle you. I'm just letting you know.
I will ask you to show me those laws if you telling me
this
that
one is 28. I gotta go look it up.
If you gotta look it up.
Yes, it's called Operator Freight 1595 Bravo. Operator Freight.
Again, operator, someone who's hauling passengers or cargo for profit or owns a fleet of vehicles and employs drivers. He's the operator, they're the drivers.
Provide ID.
Operator, that's what? That's transportation.
You're operating this vehicle.
I am not operating this vehicle.
What are you doing in it?
I am traveling in this vehicle.
Okay.
An operator.
Traveling in my private conveyance. There's a difference. And for people who say you're driving, so another example would be, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a driver. Oh, no kidding. We're all drivers, dude. Duh. No, you don't say that because there's a difference between a person who's a driver and someone that's going to the grocery store to get some smoked salmon.
You look up the Arizona Revised Statutes, operator. If you look up operator says it's a person that operates a motor vehicle on the highway for commercial purposes.
Okay.
So an operator, like a bus operator, they transport passengers. That's commercial.
It makes sense.
Anything to do with traffic is commercial.
Okay. Well, I'm not a traffic guru, and I'm not here to hassle you.
But I've done my research. That's what I'm saying.
I am gonna tell you that you're probably gonna get pulled over multiple times, and you probably already do.
This is my first time, and it's been when did I turn that in?
It's been 6 months since I got pulled over. You're the lucky cop who got me. It's been. It's been.
Let me see. 1028.
The plate. Is that the driver license?
1028.
It's been, and I've been to California in this car. Highway Patrol in California got behind me, nothing. So you're the first, man. So congratulations.
Okay. Well, just so you know, operator freight provider. I would have to read what operator says. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Oh,
because we have
Please do.
calls to get to, and we're quite busy.
Okay.
I'm not here to hassle you and write you tickets and take you out of the car. Just letting you know that from what I operate by, this is not valid. Alrighty?
Wait. You operate by state statute, but a second ago you said you swore to uphold the Constitution. That's why you can't... Being a cop, you cannot be a cop and a constitutionalist. It's impossible. You would be fired the first week. That's the whole thing. Cops don't follow the oath they took. They follow state statutes, walking laws. They'll beat you to death for walking. I've been meaning to cover that forever. I can't get to everything, people. I need a crew that volunteers. Hey, man, if you guys want to make some videos for my channel and split the revenue, but they got to be good. Submit them to me through Facebook Messenger.
So your job is to operate traffic. And
Yes,
when I deem
it necessary.
But yeah, so
Yes.
your job is to operate traffic with somebody speeding and stuff like that.
Or no registration.
Expired tag.
Expired tag or no tags.
Oh, see, but I don't have a state plate,
Yes, you don't.
so that therefore not contracted, so it's not required.
Okay.
That's why I gave it back. Now, if I had that and I had an expired one, that's your.
So thus he's not driving a motor vehicle, so thus this cop has no jurisdiction over private vehicles. That's the whole idea behind traffic code.
I have to say, hey, you don't have any tags, what's up?
Yeah.
But that's why I got rid of it.
Well, this is kind of the same thing as you getting a
There's
Sharpie.
no kind of.
You getting a
Is
Sharpie.
it the same thing
You
or
getting
is
a
it not?
Sharpie.
Is there no kind of?
Yeah, I don't have time to run through the traffic laws here and say, all right, well, you were wrong here, or you were right here, and here. I'm just letting you know.
Cops never have time to learn the law for some reason.
Hey, you get another officer that is kind of more of a stickler about traffic, that they could possibly write you tickets and, pull you out of the car for providing me this. And
See, what you say when you say pull me out of the car? Meaning what?
so, you
Meaning they're too stupid to be an objective cop like this, so they resort to violence immediately, throw you in a cage and try to ruin your life for having the audacity to question their costume.
driving this vehicle, traveling in this vehicle, and providing me this, 281595 Bravo says this is not the proper identification when you're operating a vehicle.
Operating. That's the key word. I'm not and a vehicle.
And back, the circle goes back around to operating, driving. Those are commercial terms.
A vehicle in the transportation code. That's the transportation code term.
For commercial?
For commercial. I used to be a truck driver, so I know the commercial code pretty good.
Okay.
So
And
I used to have
I'm sure
commercial
if you had a commercial driver's license, you probably know more about traffic than I do. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm the police officer, so I know blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's a first.
That's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
Well, all right, brother. Well, safe travels.
Okay.
Just letting you know, you can possibly be pulled over again. All righty.
I understand your curiosity, man. Hey, you're a citizen guy.
Hey.
You uphold the Constitution today, man. I appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right.
Instead of state statutes. How about that, people?
All right, brother. Well, safe travels.
Okay.
Just letting you know, you
I
can
understand.
possibly be pulled over again. All righty.
I understand your curiosity, man. Hey, you're a citizen guy.
Hey.
You uphold the Constitution today, man. I appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right.
This video came
So, High Impact Flicks, Brian Young. Let's see, for this video, give on weekly freedom from government. Freedom from government. Let them know that John Felix and Brian Young sent you. So there you go. Look at what freedom looks like. Well, almost freedom. If we had freedom, he wouldn't be stopped to begin with. But he got stopped. The cop was a really good, objective cop. He wasn't a psychopath who went straight to violence. And you let the guy have his freedom. And he didn't get violent. That's what America's supposed to look like. I could understand being stopped if you hit somebody, if you're flying 40 miles an hour faster than everybody and having to weave and being reckless. I understand that type of stuff. But just because of decals and plate lights and nonsense like that, get out of here, bro. Get out of here with that nonsense and the licenses and the blah, 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 blah. And if there's a plate on our car, they shouldn't just get to run it and know who we are and where we live. No, 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 no. Let's push this freedom to travel the roads that we pay for without paid permission from the government. Think about that, people. You pay for the roads and then you got to pay them to travel the roads? Which idea is more crazy? Free Americans who already pay for the roads have to pay again to travel the roads they already paid for, register their private car, and get mandatory forced insurance. What in the world? What's more extreme, that or having freedom? Again, the idea of freedom was like an extreme concept in America. All right, I'm starting to hiccup. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please check out my Etsy store. I got to make 3 rings right now. I appreciate you guys. Peace, tranquility. Also, check out Lincoln Park Leonidas. He's doing good stuff, man. He's got quite the story going with the police force over there. Also, check out The Watchman and Demonic Reaper. Demonic with a K at the end of demonic. Also, James McClinnis for Pinellas County Sheriff. And subscribe to The Armed Fisherman and Solo Yacker. Alright, guys. Peace, tranquility, and, I don't know, egg farts. Take it easy. Bye. Love you long time. Nom nom nom.